Alright, so this is my capstone timeline by Evan Bunce. The person I did is Steve Fossett. He's born April 22nd, 1944, and died September 3rd, 2007, in a single-plane crash in the Sierra Nevada. Steve Fossett actually began as a businessman, a very successful businessman. He's actually a billionaire, and then he turned his thoughts and his hobby towards aviation and action sports. Fawcett attended and graduated from Stanford University in 1966, and later acquired a master's degree from Washington University. And he made his money by selling stocks and options on Chicago markets with his companies Lakota Trading Incorporation and Marathon Securities Incorporation. So a little bit about his flying. He began enthusiasm about balloons. That was his main goal, was just balloons, which turned into other aviation like gliding and planes. But it started out as balloons, and he got his license in 1993, and he had his first flight in August of '94. In 1995, he made his first solo balloon flight across the Pacific Ocean, which at that time was a great feat. It set the world record, which he later broke 2 years later in '97, when he flew 9,594 miles nonstop. And he actually could have gone further, except for the fact that Libya restricted its airspace and would not let him go through, so he was forced to stop short, and he could not travel any further, although he could have, and he did later break that. Some more, he set the record for transcontinental and around the world non-supersonic records in planes, so planes that don't travel the speed of sound. He broke the record for time making it around the world and from continent to continent. And he also holds 116 individual world records, or world firsts, many different aspects of action sports. So, like I said earlier, the gliding, planes, balloons, and also sailing. So he died in that plane crash. So he never really had an end to his career, after that. So here's just miscellaneous facts that don't pertain to flying, but still kind of represent him as an individual. He climbed the highest peak on every continent, with the exception of Mount Everest, because of his asthma that he acquired as a child in LA, with the pollution and the poor air, caused some bronchial issues, and he could not climb that high. In 1985, he swam the English Channel, and he actually received an award for it, although it was the award for the slowest time achieved swimming across the channel. But in 1998, he fell 29,000 feet in his balloon out of the sky when he flew into a thunderstorm, and it took about 23 hours for him to get rescued. And he's actually going to go over the thunderstorm about 50,000 feet above the ground, but turbulence knocked him into the storm while he's sleeping and eventually knocked him out of the sky. And that is my timeline.